What is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining the Pelly Broadcasting. So, obviously, in today's video, we got our other former guest now becoming co-host with Liam, and we got the Sporting Degens podcast. So, we're gonna go obviously into our first video. It's week 1 of the NFL season, and obviously, we got to make our picks. I'm looking to probably add some more people to this as well, but so far today is just me and Liam. We're recording this on a Tuesday, so the lines may change. Like I'm looking at this first line, it's -7.5 for Dallas. And I think when I was looking at it, it was like 8.5 earlier. So you never know. But this is from a pretty recent Tuesday, 7 o'clock. He says 11 hours ago. So sometime on Tuesday mid-afternoon. This is pretty much what we're probably gonna have. They might go up and down a little bit, they might not. But here's our picks. I can't see them changing that much. But all right, Liam, start off.
Right. Yeah. There's already been a ton of betting done on these lines because people are excited. So the lines probably won't move too much, with the exception of like Sunday night and Monday night games with everybody like us trying to make their money back.
Exactly. Let's go.
But if we want to get it started here, I think for this segment too, if we're going to be doing this weekly, we'll let you guys know our record from last week moving into the new week and our total record for the year. I'd love to hit at about 56%. That's what I'm going for. That's my goal. You got a goal?
I would say 500. I'm a happy guy. If I'm hitting 500, I'm a real happy guy. It's my first year kind of getting into it. This would be if I hit 500, I'm happy. Expectation maybe 45. I'll say I'm 10 points less than you.
Because you have to pick every game too. It's so tough.
Yeah. So, we should also do. This is kind of stealing a little bit, but the Mortal Lock thing have you ever listened to Dave Portnoy, Big Cat, and Rico when they do their thing, they do like a Mortal Lock.
I think we could do that. I was gonna do just 3 games that I'm actually gonna
really
potentially would wager on.
Yeah.
Not that I do things like that, but if I were to wager, I would be wagering on these 3 games most strongly.
Yep.
So let's get straight into it. Dallas Cowboys, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, -7.5. It feels too much like a layup. It feels way too much like a layup.
But it's a slam. It's a slam dunk for me. That is, listen, Dallas.
It's weird.
With their line situation, bro, that's a problem. That defense is nothing, dude. They lost Zach Martin, who's an all-pro guard. They lost another offensive lineman that I'm not remembering. I'm off of my, name. Dak in his shoulder. Zeke is an ancient human being. I do not like the Cowboys. I think they're so overrated. And I'm telling you, I'm slamming the shit out of the Buccaneers on that.
I know. I like it too, but I could just see the Bucs getting up 21-0 and then just chilling and letting the Cowboys get it ends up being 24-17 and the Cowboys cover, but the Bucs were never worried about it. And it would just be, it's just such Thursday night games are always just so funky. First game of the NFL season. I will be riding with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here.
Agreed.
But I don't feel great about it. They don't have anything to prove either. They don't have anything to prove.
Well, yeah, that's true. But they do have to win.
Right, but by 8.
I think they just will. I think they're gonna have a horrendous time protecting Dak. I think they're gonna have a horrendous time blocking for Zeke. So, and Dak is, I'm not totally sold on Dak either. I mean, yeah, I'm a Giants fan, but I've been a little, iffy on Dak, to be totally honest with you. I'm telling you, and their wide receivers, I'm always feeling iffy on them too. CeeDee Lamb, I know, is good and everything, but he didn't ball.
And Amari's nice and Michael Gallup's nice. They do have good wide receivers. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair. But listen, all I'm saying is is he gonna be able to get the ball? He's able to get the ball to them. I don't think so. I do not think so. And that front seven,
even if he can, right? They have the second best wide receiving core in this game.
Exactly.
So your biggest strength isn't as good as the other teams. Whatever. I'm taking the Bucs. You're taking
one of their problems also is that secondary is one of their biggest problems in their defense as well. So you have to go against one of the best wide receiver duos or wide receiver rooms really with Antonio, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. And I think Gronk still. So then you have Gronk as well. You have to go against all of that with probably one of the worst secondaries in the league.
The only thing they have going for them is their linebackers, but I don't think this is a great linebacker matchup. So We will get into the next game here. We got Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo favored by 6.5, just under a touchdown. The line feels weird here to me. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, do I believe in Ben? And I don't. I don't believe in Ben. But this is a pretty hefty line for a pretty big team, for a pretty big game. Now, this really is going to prove whether or not, like, how serious are the Steelers. I don't think they're going to be great. I think they have a lot of things kind of going against them, especially with their number one thing going against them is Big Ben. And I feel kind of bad because they're going to be in a tough, they're going to be in a tough, division because you got easily. I think the Browns are probably one of the best teams are probably the best team in that division. And then it's, Ravens and Steelers. And that's a tough matchup. It's hard for 3 teams to get in. Maybe they can with the 7, but I don't know. I want to say Bills, but I think the spread is a lot. I'm being totally honest with you.
I will be rolling with the Pittsburgh Steelers here. I just see this as a field goal game. If they lose by a touchdown, it'll suck, right? They can lose by 6 very easily too, and that's still a cover. I also think that like the Steelers are live here to win outright, and you don't usually see a team that's like completely live to win outright be underdogs by almost a touchdown. I think Ben looks good. Like he's a guy who'll just deteriorate over the year, right? Like kind of like we used to see with Drew Brees.
Okay.
But I think like week 1 Ben has got it like that. That O-line is pretty bad, but like who's on the Bills defensive line? The Bills' strengths are their secondary in the defense, and they have a great offense. Obviously, the Bills' offense is great, but I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have not only just like good defensive players, but they have like a phenomenal system there, and they're not going to go crazy and put up 40 on the Steelers. So I think the Steelers keep it close enough to at least cover, and who knows, they might get the win. But yeah, I like the Steelers there, and everybody and their mom is in love with the Buffalo Bills this year. So the bookmakers might be trying to take a little money off everybody.
Okay, I could see that. I could totally see that. Yeah, I said Bills, so I feel like I have to go Buffalo. So I'm just gonna say Buffalo.
Not feeling strongly.
Not feeling great about it, but I feel like I can't go back on my word. I said it.
That's fair.
If I were to be a wagering kind of guy, a betting kind of man, this would not be a game I would bet. I don't feel good about it. To be totally honest with you, I don't know where you are in that, but I'm just for the picks. That's what I'm gonna do.
If I were to be someone who would be betting, I would be betting on this game probably.
Really? Interesting.
I hang out. All right. New York Jets at the Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold revenge game.
I'm pumped for
Very
it.
cool.
I'll tell you that for a fact. It's going to be on the TV.
My boy Sammy. I think this is like a super interesting game. I'm excited to just see how it plays out. Basically, like the Jets are either going to look really, really dumb, or it's going to be like, oh wow, Zach Wilson is actually good. So
where I see this game kind of going, I see the Jets just looking very bleh. But I don't think Carolina. I think Carolina will cover. So I'm going to put Carolina covering at -5. So I'm going to put that they're going to cover. But like, I just think I think these are 2 pretty not great teams, but I think the Jets are really, really bad, especially on defense. Like, they really don't have anything on defense. And Carolina does have a lot of weapons. You obviously have the addition of CMC coming back. You obviously have Sam Darnold. So I don't feel like they're going to blow them out the window, but I think they'll win by more than a touchdown.
Right. I love Carolina. I don't love Carolina's. I like Carolina's offense. I like nothing about the Jets.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that they're a good roster. Like, their defense doesn't have a ton of talent. They have some good pieces on the O-line, I guess, but I just don't see them causing as many problems for the Panthers as the Panthers are going to cause for them.
Agreed.
And the Jets don't seem like they can really hang yet. Like, they got to figure it out. First game with a new coach. I believe in Matt Rule, so I'm just gonna like close my eyes and take the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Panthers. I like that game a lot, actually, especially too. They lost Shaq Lawson, so that's a tough loss for them. So yeah,
Carl Lawson.
Is it Carl?
I don't know. Everybody knows who it is. Lawson.
That guy they lost.
Our guy Lawson.
Maybe our call. Maybe it's Carl. But the guy that they lost in the Bengals, defensive end, they lost him towards ACL, sadly. So that's just like so now like he would have put like a little bit of pressure on Sam, but like I don't know who the other pass rusher is for the Jets. Do they have one?
It's just
Is CJ
Quinion.
Mosley on that team?
Quinion. I don't know if CJ's playing.
He might be just retired too. That could be a total
No,
flex.
I think he's back. But they have your boy Quinion, Pat.
Well, Queen is my boy, but Queen is my boy for other reasons, just because he says blessing to himself, and he also says he played himself.
Yeah.
On
Yeah, he's a
Madden.
hooligan. He's just a hooligan.
And he's like, oh, that sounded
let's-
weird, didn't it? I was like, Queen.
What is CJ Mosley's like a horizontal linebacker. I don't think he's like a huge get after the quarterback.
No, he's not a
guy.
pass rusher. I'm just, he would be a guy on that defense. I'd be like, well,
Yeah, he's playing for the Jets this year.
yeah, okay, but whatever. Still, I mean, there's two guys on a defensive 11. So two guys, they'd be like, well, they're neat players. Like Queen, I
And
think
they're
is a
not
good
even
player.
like studs.
Yeah, I would say Queen, I think is a really good. I think he's a solid defensive tackle. Defensive tackles aren't pass rushers.
He's CJ Moses is a good linebacker. He's not like holy like we have to change our entire game plan.
Exactly. So I think this is gonna be a good revenge game for Sammy D. I think he's gonna get it, and I will for sure tell you that's probably gonna be my team. That's probably gonna be on my TV is the Carolina New York Jets game. I want to watch that for sure. All right.
Okay.
Now let's go into this absolutely abysmal. This is probably pick 1 and 2 right here. Jaguars at Texans.
No, there's another team that's gonna be hanging out in that range. They're in the NFC though. We'll get there.
Okay, beautiful. But we're gonna go with obviously Jaguars at this Houston Texans. I mean, I'm just gonna say Jaguars, but because I
feel strongly about this game.
You feel strongly?
Absolutely. I'm hammering the Jaguars here. The Texans might have the worst roster I've ever seen in my life. Like, the thing where it's like, oh, like everybody says this team might get beaten by Alabama, but if they actually lined it up, these guys would kill Alabama. I think they would lose to Alabama. They're so bad. And I'm going to end up looking so dumb, I know, because I should never feel this strongly about a bet. Usually whenever I feel this strongly about a bet, I just go the other way, just to try to outthink myself, and then I lose it anyway. But the Jaguars are so much better. I'm taking the Jags.
And I can't even say at least
it's less than a field goal. Give me the Jags.
Yeah, and I can't even say at least Houston's got, a good coach. David Culley. What? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
that came out of nowhere.
They're starting Tyrod.
Yeah, well, obviously they kind of have to, but yes, I mean they have Tyrod.
But if this was Deshaun, I would think about this. But who's Philip Lindsay?
Trash.
Brandon Cooks is their wide receiver 1.
I feel bad for him. That's tough.
Yeah, it's not gonna be fun. Well, and he's gonna get clamped by AJ Bouye.
Yeah.
Or whoever's playing down there now, AJ Terrell, whatever. They're all gonna smack him around. Whatever. I'm all over the Jags. I don't even know what to talk about with those two teams because
there's nothing. We can go.
It's a nice little startup game for Trevor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Gets him a win under his belt. It's a Sunday afternoon game. Leave him alone.
It's like going down to the park and asking the little league, the Pee Wee team, if you can throw it around with them.
Would you say this is your mortal lock?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
I got to go through all the games. I got to feel them out first.
That's fair.
I've thought about them, but talking them through, changes things.
That's fair. Okay.
You got it.
Let's go on to the Arizona Cardinals versus Tennessee Titans. Because like we said before, the Jaguars Texans game, that's a fucking dog shit game. And quite honestly, I don't even think Texans fans are going to watch it, to be totally honest with you. So we'll go into that game. Arizona Cardinals at Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans are favored to be -3. Oh, wow. I don't know.
I have no idea on this game.
I don't feel good about this game either because
I might just be a take the home team guy for this. They have Derek.
Derek is cool. Is Julio playing for sure? That's a big question mark. Their defense. I'm gonna be. So if you're gonna take the home kind of guy, I'm gonna go Arizona Cardinals, and I'm strictly just gonna ride on the fact that they have cool wide receivers and the Tennessee Titans don't have a cornerback anymore. So I'm gonna go off of that. Maybe it's a crazy
That's a
move.
fair
Maybe it's
point.
not. But that's kind of gonna be my point right there. Do I feel confident about it? No, but that's just what we're gonna have to take here.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them to try to lock up DeAndre Hopkins, but I'm riding with the Titans. The best way to play against someone who has a great wide receiver when you don't have a corner is to keep them off the field. And there's one person who is better at milking clock than everybody else in the NFL, and that's Derrick Henry. So we'll see how that goes.
That is totally fair. Okay, now we get the Shitbirds versus Atlanta Falcons. So
I'd like to start it off with a quick just fuck the Eagles.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. We got that established. Now we'll go on obviously into the game. I'm just gonna bet Falcons. Just fuck them. And like I live at school with like an Eagles fan. Or I don't live I hang out with him like every Sunday to watch the game and stuff like that.
Right.
They're abysmal. They're abysmal to be around. They are horrendous.
I think this might be
no life for them.
like a good spot for the Eagles, but I think the world is on the Eagles here. Like neither of them are good teams, but neither of them are terrible. And I think you just look at that and you see like, wow, even if they win by a field goal, like I'm still winning with the Eagles here.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jalen is funky, but I think the Atlanta Falcons, I don't love their roster, but I have just way more faith in Matt Ryan than Jalen Hurts at this point. And I don't know. I'll give them a chance. They have weapons on offense. They have Kyle Pitts now, Calvin Ridley still, couple other good, decent wide receivers. Yeah, I think the Eagles secondary is maybe really, really bad. So I'm riding.
Yeah, agreed.
Falcons.
When you have to compare it, I'll put that in for you. When you have to compare it, if you think about it like this, the Eagles and the Falcons both have really dog shit defenses. Maybe you give the upper hands to the Eagles because they have Fletcher Cox. Cool. I'll give you that.
I guess. Right.
Their offenses are both kind of similar, or not really similar at all. Sorry, but they're both similar in the fact that they're both not awesome. But I agree with you. I think you point the fact that like I would rather bet my money on Matt Ryan than bet my money on Julian Hurts Hurts in a heartbeat, to be totally honest with you. So I agree with you. I'll go Atlanta plus -3.
Chargers, Washington football team. Washington is home, and Chargers are favored by 1.
Washington. I'm slamming Washington.
I think I could be a Chargers guy here. I don't know. A game that this is a game I really want to have a good feel on, but I can just make an argument for both sides. I think this could be one of those bad Fitzpatrick games.
I just have starts off hot though. That's the thing.
No, I think he has a bad week 1 and they look themselves in the mirror and are like, what did we do? And then he lights it up for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
But I'm gonna take the Chargers here. For the first time like ever, the entire Chargers team is healthy going into a regular season. We got Derwin James, we got Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, like they've got a squad. So I'm rolling with the Chargers here. I know they're away from home. Washington football team is a great defense, but Herbert is better than Fitzpatrick. Keenan Allen's better than McLaurin. Like again, at least both at this point in their careers. Then Eckler's a problem. Like there's Mike Williams is a good wide receiver. I just have a little more faith in this Chargers team than I think the football team like is never going to put up more than like 24 points. I think the Chargers could throw out 35 some weeks, not against the Washington football team defense, but they're more explosive plays, and that's what I'm looking for.
I can totally see that. We disagree, but we'll go on to the next one. San Francisco 49ers at Detroit Lions. Sorry, Detroit Lions. Maybe was that your number 2?
That's who I think is.
That's fair. They are really bad. They are really bad. I have to take San Francisco at -7.5.
I really want to, Pat. Wow. It's just there's always a weird game. Like last year, you remember week 1, Jacksonville beat the Colts.
Yep. Yeah, I
and
do.
didn't
That was
win a
their
game for
one
the
win
rest of
for
the
the
year.
whole season.
Yeah,
I do actually. Yeah.
the spread was I think even bigger than this, and I was like, oh, I if I were a betting guy, like I would have bet on the Colts, but I just feel really weird about this game now after seeing like it just happens every year, and I think that the Niners win obviously, but like could it be just like a really weird nail biter or like a really weird backdoor? I don't know. I am San Francisco kills bad teams, and the Lions are so bad.
We'll just go over their wide receivers. Who is their wide receiver one?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Nice. That was actually pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by that. DeAndre Swift is kind of hurt. Jamal Williams is a weird, whatever, career
Yeah,
backup. Goff, he's
he's
just
bought.
he can't be happy right now.
Their
Going
O
from
line isn't
LA,
bad though. Their O
going from
line isn't
LA.
bad.
They're not. But that's really it, and it's not even great. And the San Fran has a fantastic front seven and a fantastic defense in general.
Yeah, I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, good.
It does. It is a weird little game though. It's Seattle Seahawks and Indianapolis Colts.
Now this has to be quite. Is Carson Wentz playing?
I don't think so.
Then why is this such a crazy?
Let's see.
That's a huge question mark for me. Because if Carson Wentz is playing, I understand it. If he's not playing, why the fuck is this spread -2.5? And if it is, I'm slamming Seattle. And I think Ellinger's kind of hurt.
He's on track to start week 1.
Oh. And that
I'm
puts a little
taking the
wrench in my
Seattle
plans.
Seahawks.
Really?
I'm not particularly worried about it. Even if Carson is like still okay on his foot, like we know he's a little soft.
That's true.
Like if he's thinking about that foot, like you don't even want to know with Jamal Adams running off. He just plays like basically on the defensive line. So anytime Carson tries to do his little Frank Reich wheel out, he'll just see Jamal Adams. He'll be a very scared little boy. Once an eagle, always eagle. So I hate you, Carson Wentz.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, I'm just riding with Russell Wilson here. That's my guy. Believe in him.
That's fair. And I think I'll hop on. I'll hop on Seattle -2.5. Okay. Now we're going to Vikings. Slamming Vikings. We're slam the Vikings at -3.
I'm taking the Bengals.
Whoa. Really? You're all in
The
with the
Vikings are incredibly unhealthy right now.
Really?
They've had just like a terrible, kind of like the Giants. Like everything coming out of camp has just been kind of negative.
Well, not everything out of the Giants camp has been negative, but
A lot of it. Like, I mean, it's like, oh yeah, we had a great day today, and then it's like, oh, Hammy Galladay. That's what I'm calling him now.
His hands could be better. His hands could be better.
Right. No, it was just like a overwhelmingly like negative
and depressing
training camp compared to like because everything should be positive coming out of training camp.
That's true.
So
who got hurt from the Vikings? I don't know.
Let's see. There's some pretty significant injuries, I think.
Is Dalvin cool? Then I think they win.
Is Dalvin? No. No, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, and then Adam Thielen, I think I did see that he was questionable in fantasy drafts I've been doing, but I think he's pretty okay.
All right. We're looking at it right now. Minnesota Vikings injuries. Their third wide receiver, BC Johnson, injured reserve. Anthony Barr, questionable.
That's tough. That's a tough loss.
D.D. Westbrook, questionable.
Trash.
Irv Smith, gone. They have no tight end.
Okay, that did hurt. I do remember that.
Alexander Madison, questionable. Undisclosed injury. Adam Thielen's coming back off of injury. Justin Jefferson hurt his shoulder in training camp. Christian Darrisaw underwent a groin procedure in the middle of August. Like I'm a Joey Burrow guy too.
Who's not?
Can't turn my back on the boy. And there's a guy with a really cool last name who plays for the Bengals. So rolling with the Bengals here. See what I did there?
I like it. T. Higgins. Okay. All right. We'll go on to the next game. I did see this, and I was actually surprised to see this as well. I'm surprised that New England is favored by like that much. Now I do understand, or not by that much. They're just favored in general. I do understand though. It is home. It is Bill with young quarterbacks. He demolishes them. But I like everything that's on the Dolphins, and I can't say I like everything that's on the Patriots. I kind of have to go Dolphins here.
This is probably a game that I'll be keeping an eye on. I'm definitely interested to see how this goes because we got to figure out like whether Tua has got it or not. Still, I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I don't really think he does have it per se, but I think everything around them is way better. Like they have a way better defense, and they have a way better offense. They have a way better.
Do they have a way
line.
better defense though?
I think so. I mean, they have Xavier Howard, it's really good.
Byron Bones.
Yeah, Byron Bones is really good. They got a
Right,
bunch.
the Patriots just got all their COVID boys back from last year. Like half of their defense opted out.
Well, I do know that, but like, how many are they? Like Judon is cool.
Yeah, Dante Hightower.
He's old.
I don't know if Gilmore's playing.
I don't think he is.
They'll get some of the boys back. Yeah, I also was surprised to see that the Patriots were favored. I don't know what to think about Mac Jones. Looked good in the preseason. They cut Cam for him, but I don't know. I don't know. I will take the New England Patriots.
He's gonna do it.
It's Bill. It's just Bill.
It is Bill. Bill does play a big role. I think another thing you have to think about was New England and Mac Jones. Like I like Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones, and a lot of people get annoyed by this, but I think Mac Jones is really good for the fact that like he's going to fit in that offense perfectly. It's boring. He can throw a nice ball that's like 10 yards, and that's all they really need. And I like Damian Harris a lot.
For us.
But I just think Miami is a better team.
Okay. Well, then we'll see. All right. Moving into the next game here. This is a great game.
And a crazy game.
I think it was in the playoffs last year, divisional round. Rematch.
Was it divisional? Yeah, it was, because I think the Buffalo Bills went to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, so
crazy game.
Here it is, Cleveland Browns at Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 6.5. I will be taking the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they have a point to prove. I like Kevin Stefanski, but I think Andy Reid is a top 2 coach in the NFL. And it's Patrick Mahomes. And their defense is pretty decent. So let's see if Baker Mayfield can keep up with Patrick Mahomes.
I think I have to agree with you, to be totally honest with you. I
it's
like
a crazy
everything.
Lay down. The number is a crazy thing to lay, but
minus 6.5, I think, is a lot. I would have liked it way more at like minus 3.5, minus 3. Would have felt way better about that. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could see a touchdown. I guess I could see them coming out and thrashing them first quarter. Like I could see a lot. I could totally see that. But I don't want to bet against Pat Mahomes. I just feel weird betting against Pat Mahomes, Baker Mayfield. That's just how I feel. And with all the weapons that they have, especially the fact that they're all healthy too. Their whole team is healthy.
Right.
I think Clyde, is relatively questionable, but he's healthy for the most part. You obviously have Tyreek Hill. He's super healthy. I don't really know is OBJ playing this week?
He is.
Okay, but how healthy is he coming off that knee injury? So
I think the thing too is for some reason we've gotten to the point, well, maybe everyone's just tired of talking about them, but nobody's talking about the Chiefs. I think that kind of works in their favor. Like finally they have a chance to take a couple weeks, go under the radar. But I think this is a great spot for them, and I can see them winning this game like 35-17, something just spanking the Browns.
Wow.
Just spanking the Browns.
Definitely a tough start, though, for the Browns to have to play them week 1. I think that's pretty tough, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I think it should be a good game in general.
Somebody has to.
That's true. That's very true. Okay, now we're on to the big game, the big boy game.
Huh.
This is the game. And now, listen, I'm a ride or die kind of giant guy. I'm going to bet against the Spread every week. This game I actually think we could win though. This game I actually think we can win. I'm a little honestly, I feel like a tad offended that the Broncos are favored by -3. And we're the home team. We told us to. I think we're gonna win this.
Okay. It was like -1 to the Broncos for a while until Teddy Bridgewater was named the starter. So listen, what Teddy Bridgewater means is if we come out and we play poorly, we're gonna lose. If we come out and we play well, we're gonna win. So that's
fair.
really like it's on the boys at this point. Like we're not playing the Chiefs. We're like you just said, like that's tough for the Browns. Yeah, we don't have that. We're playing the Broncos. This is a winnable game for us, and it has to be a win if we want to be a serious team.
I agree.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out.
I think
I will be taking the New York Giants.
Wow, I didn't think you were gonna do it.
I see it as a really close game, and give me 3 points either way, and I would have taken it. So, the boys better show up, though.
I totally agree with you. I think they will. I'm a big fan. Like you said, Teddy. Listen, I love Teddy Bridgewater. Who doesn't like Teddy? But the only thing with Teddy is he's not gonna go out there and win you the game. I know people like to get mad about the game manager quarterback label, but that's just what he is. He's a game manager kind of guy. He's not going to go out and win you a game. I think their defense compared to our defense, I love our defense. But if you're being unbiased, maybe it's 50, maybe they're comparable. Maybe they're 50-50, sort of the same. We probably have in my opinion, I think we have a better secondary than them. But they definitely, I would say, probably have a better pass rush than us. So maybe you can compare, saying they're pretty legit at the same time. Although, if there is an over-under, I don't know what the over-under is. I don't know if you have it right now. I would slam the under.
42.
Oh, okay. Maybe I wouldn't slam the under. But the under, I think, is going to hit. I think it's going to be a slow, it's like Joe Judge says, a punch you in the mouth kind of football game. But I think if you watch that offensive line, pass blocking is not our key. We are not good at pass blocking. So there's not going to be a lot of passing. I think for us personally, and I don't really see Teddy going out there throwing 303 touchdowns.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I think it'll be cool too as far as defense because, like, we have Patrick Graham, they have Vic Fangio, like just two, I think, very good defensive coordinators. Vic Fangio, questionable head coach, but he's still obviously going to be a great play caller on the defense. And it's just a matter of whether Danny can get it done. So it'll be interesting to see. But another great game next.
Yep.
Green Bay Packers at the New Orleans Saints. Who doesn't love a bit of Jameis? Does he eat a W, though? Does he eat a W?
Ooh, How do you feel about Green Bay, though, and all of that shit Aaron Rodgers been putting them through?
I believe that Jameis will not be eating a W. And I will be riding with Aaron Rodgers.
But are you happy? Like, now James can be sad.
Dude, if anybody, yeah, well, I'm not happy that James is sad. But Aaron Rodgers, like last year, MVP because he was in Aaron Rodgers FU mode.
He's still in that mode.
I don't think he's done with the Aaron Rodgers FU mode.
If anything, he might be more FU mode.
Right. So I'm just going to go with that. Healthy Devontae Adams. Very cool. Aaron Jones is healthy. They lost their Pro Bowl center, which hurts. But I still think there's an okay offensive line there. And the defense is healthy, and it's a decent defense. It's not anything crazy, but that Saints roster is thin now, man. They're paying the price for being over the salary cap for the last few years. So they have little to no weapons. So I will be just riding with the Packers here. And I think a lot of people will be on the Saints.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna follow you on that one, but I was gonna say I would say that Mike Thomas, like if Mike Thomas was playing this game, I would have thought this one went a totally different way. I probably would have went Saints, but he's just not. He decided to get a toe or whatever, like a foot injury, or he's tried to like get the surgery like 3 weeks ago. So sadly for fantasy owners,
he's slant boy
as well. But he is slant boy. How do you think that's going to be with him being slant boy and Jarvis being deep throw boy? Marcus Callaway or Marquise Callaway. Sorry to mispronounce his name, but I like that guy. I'm a big fan of that guy.
I mean, Michael Thomas is just super safe hands, third down guy. Like, even when he comes back, if Jameis wants to air the ball out, Sean Payton's going to be like, yo, Jameis, take the air out of the football, dude. Check it down to Kamara, find Michael
Tom
Thomas.
Brady.
We have some studs here. So, like, let's use them, Jameis. Let's not undo your LASIK surgery and just start throwing 50-yard bombs on every play. So we're riding with the Packers. I like that for us. The Chicago Bears at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams -7.
Ripping that one. Ripping Rams -7.
I don't think the Bears are even trying
No.
in this game. So
No.
I will be taking the Rams, yeah. But I think this is just like, it's going to be such a popular pick. It's going to get up to like -10 maybe, with everyone just trying to make their money back on Sunday night. But the Rams, they have the better defense. They have the better coach. They have the better wide receivers. They have the better quarterback. And it's not close at quarterback. It's Andy Dalton versus Matt Stafford. So I am not afraid, really, of the Bears. Could come back to bite us. I guess they could cover. But I just see the Rams blowing them out and us seeing a start of a potential MVP campaign from Matt Stafford.
Yeah, I totally agree. I do not see this being a game, to be totally honest with you. If said person were to bet, I would bet now. I would bet right now, because you're totally right. People are going to want to make their money back, and it's going to become Sunday at night. It's like, holy shit, this is at -10. I still think they probably even cover, but it's just, take your points. You might as well just put it in now. To be totally honest, this is not going to be a good game. Kind of stinks that this is the week 1 Sunday night game. Would have loved if someone could maybe flex it and make Green Bay, New Saints, make that week 1 Sunday night game, or even make. Could you imagine if it was Chiefs versus Browns Sunday night game?
Yeah,
that would have been fucking sick too. So this is a tough game to be Sunday night game. Sorry for Big Cat, AWL here, but I don't see this being close. I think the Rams, like you said, everything is way better. Just everything in general is way better. And I think if the Bears were serious about trying, they would put in Justin Herbert. Or no, Justin Fields. So,
right. And we're just going to see a ton of him just looking like
sad.
On the sideline. He goes,
100%.
wow, this team kind of blows.
Yeah.
But final game, Monday Night Football. Ravens
Kind of a
at
weird one.
Raiders, -4.5. That's a weird number.
This is just a weird game in general, to be totally honest with you. I don't really know how I feel about the Raiders. One guy I like to listen to on YouTube a lot, who does a lot of football, in general, he thinks the Raiders are one of the worst teams in the league. I don't think they're good, but I don't know if their worst team is necessarily per se.
Right. We have the Texans and the Lions in this league.
Yes, and Cincinnati I think is pretty bad too, and you also have the Jaguars. So there's a lot of teams that are bad, but they have cool little things that are neat. Henry Ruggs is neat. Kenyon Drake is neat. Waller's more than neat. Great. You know what I mean?
Josh Jacobs. Even Derek Carr is a little neat.
Yeah. So, but the fact that it's -4.5, I mean, I see it and I don't see it, because the reason why I see it is that I could see Lamar coming out, scoring like 20 points or whatever in the first quarter and being like, okay, cool, done. Game's over. But also Lamar is kind of tough. If the Raiders can get a touchdown or get a touchdown, then get a stop and then go up 14-0, up 10-0, Lamar is infamous for not being able to come back, which is kind of sketchy for me, because I couldn't maybe even see that. You know what I mean?
I think, right, I kind of agree. Like, if you think the Raiders are going to get out to a big lead, then you just got to go money line at that point. Take Raiders money line and get to the extra bag, because that's the only game script that's going to happen. The Ravens just kill bad teams, and I don't think this is a good team. And that Ravens defense is always going to be pretty good. Now, I don't have enough faith in Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs to be able to put them up 14-0. So I don't feel great about this game, but I'm going to be taking Baltimore.
I think for the viewers and just for the boys and for the craziness, I'm going to go against it. And let's just see what happens. And let's just see what happens.
I think the world's on Baltimore here, so I'm probably wrong, but
I don't want to be boring. I think it'd be boring if we have for obviously the three viewers that are watching, Riley, Ashley, thanks for watching. But for you guys, I think this would be super cool. We want to see us go against each other. Gotta see it. I'm all in. I'm all in. I'll be a Raiders guy. Feel bad they left Oakland, but I'll get on that. So you're gonna
You
take
got your top three?
my top three picks.
Or you can go one at a time or something.
My top three picks. Jaguars is up there. Jacksonville's definitely up there. I feel good about that one.
Me too.
Um,
All right. I have
Oh,
mine.
Tampa Bay is another top pick for me. So I got Tampa Bay and Jaguars. Those are my two top picks. And I think I'll say Carolina too. So I'll go Tampa Bay, I feel like is my number one pick. Jacksonville, I think is my number two pick. And then three, I think is gonna be Carolina.
Okay. So my first pick is going to be the Rams over the Bears.
Oh, that's a good pick. Yep.
I will then take Jacksonville, and finally Seattle over the Colts.
You're all in on that. Okay.
Yeah, it's Carson Wentz versus Russell Wilson. I'm getting less than a field goal. I'll eat that up. There's a chance though. Like Seattle just plays every game super close. I feel like so I could see Seattle just winning on like by 1 or 2 points and then just being like, oh, very cool. Thanks so much, guys. But yeah, I feel good about it. And that's a good top three, and we have a little bit different in there. So we only have one of the better the same.
Love. All right, perfect. This is great. All right, perfect. Yeah, all right, Liam. So, like I said, new co-host on the Degens podcast is what we're calling it. Really appreciate you coming on. Got anything to say before we wrap this up?
Just thanks for listening, guys, and I'm excited to kind of see where this goes, and it'll be cool to actually keep track of all our picks to see if we're any good at this. So,
Bet responsible, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.